you gotta send me that countdown music track.
Yeah.
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 Indie Faith.
What up?
Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's Dick. That's Dick.
You muted, Love Joy, just in case you want to know.
I thought we was having a show today. What y'all doing?
We
We
playing.
having a show.
We are having a show.
We having a show.
Said it didn't have to be musical.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Y'all keep on.
There's a latency, so we might be.
Oh, play a little intro to Anita Baker.
I don't think we played that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Myers. Doesn't he play so nice?
Y'all play that one? Which
You
one
don't
of
play
those
that, but I just picked it up right there and played that.
Right. Yeah.
Which one of those Anita Baker songs y'all play? I'm
He
playing
does.
Okay. All right. I thought y'all did.
What up? What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the 4 Black Guys. Everybody
Ooh.
put up 4s, please.
Yeah, right. The way you
Turn
did
your
that.
mic in though. Is it me or Steve Mike?
Am I low? Am I low? Am I too low? How about that right there?
There you go.
There
There
you
you go.
There we go. There we go.
There
What's
you
up,
go.
everybody? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, man? It's been a minute since we've been on here, bro.
Bo.
Four.
Hey, James Fred.
Remember-
There you go, sir. One,
Remember
two.
how we used to count in school?
How you do that? Look, one,
Two,
three.
three.
I ain't counting like that. I don't know what y'all do.
Yeah, you
Man.
did. Stop lying.
What's going on, brothers? I hope everybody's having a wonderful time. I want you to do me a favor. If you tapped on in, go ahead and hit like, hit share, hit like, hit share, and then what we got? What else they want them to do?
Hey, y'all, we can see if y'all sharing. I want y'all to know that we can see it. So keep that in mind now. But see, y'all just don't know. I go to calling names. Everybody that comment and be on the show today, don't share and see what happens. See if I don't go live and call out your name. See what happens.
Damn.
Fred, we can't be threatening.
Huh?
We can't be threatening the people.
All right. I can show you better. I can tell you. Let me see if they don't share. Okay. Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 4 Black Guys show. It's been a minute since we've been on, man. We had to take a little quick hiatus, but we are back in action, bro. Do me a favor. If you're on Facebook, go over to the Facebook page too. I mean, the Facebook, go over to the YouTube page. We want you to hit like, we want you to hit share right there. It's going to be a chilled out show. We're going to talk about tacos. We're going to talk about
y'all. So this is one of the shows that
it's going to be
could
one
get
show.
could get a little stupid. So just you know, yeah.
I just came off the road doing 125 miles an hour.
So his adrenaline is running,
Right,
and testosterone all boosted up and all of that. So
Well,
y'all might, yeah.
James, remember I don't have any nuts, so I don't have testosterone.
See, it's starting already. We ain't even 5 minutes. We see. That's what I'm talking about right there. So
that's the 5-minute mark. Here we go.
this is what's gonna happen this show, y'all. So
What's up, Sid?
I'm taking my shoes off.
Oh Lord.
Oh, well, good. I can't smell it. You there?
He's gonna get up.
Let me see. I got on
Really? This what we doing this early?
Walmart Crocs. So
Walmart.
Yeah, your feet can sweat in those too, Mario.
yeah, but they don't.
You ever had a person who feet stink in sandals?
What's up, Matt? Dang, that's pretty bad if he's thinking.
Your face thinking sandals, but it ain't. It's wow.
You ain't washing.
He washing.
You ain't watching it. You got a lot of impurities in your body.
Hey, you know what I just saw? I just saw on the set.
But
One of the older ladies on the SC side. She wore some Crocs, and when I tell you, the back of her heel looked like.
Yeah.
Y'all know where I'm going.
Yeah.
ugh,
They dried out, cracked, black.
look like the Grand Canyon.
Like, what do you call the feet doctor?
Orthopedist.
What's it? It's a
Podiatrist.
Podiatrist.
boy. Her toes were sitting on top of each other like that with them long nails. Is somebody gonna tell her? Is somebody gonna tell her? And she
You don't think she know? You don't think she know?
Boy, she's delusional or she's in denial.
Delusion is something serious, dude.
It is.
Well, it is.
Very much
Delusion
is.
is something serious, doc.
I think we can classify your president as being delusional.
Brother. Or a
Yes.
megalomaniac. Depends on. All right, y'all. Look, it's gonna be one of these shows today. Just gonna let you know, man. We are in here. We want you to like, tag, share. We just gonna have some good time tonight. All right.
We talking
Matter of
about
fact,
what y'all talking
I'm
about.
finna
tonight.
jump in some of y'all
Talking about-
inbox
that's
right
what we
now.
talking.
Y'all that be watching, I'm finna jump in y'all inbox.
Oh man,
He on
be
one.
careful. Be careful, James Fred.
Right.
Huh?
Be careful.
If
What am I
y'all
being careful of?
Jumping in people inbox.
What I care about, what they gonna do to me? They can't whoop me.
Well, I guess not, bro. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
So if you watch it, please tell us who you are and where you watching from, man. Just give us a quick hey, how you doing? We want also people to go over to the YouTube page to so we can get our numbers up over there. All right.
Anybody who done commented? Six String and Mac Bell, I'm finna get in y'all inbox right now.
Yeah.
Why you gonna wait? They on the show though, James. Why you doing
Why
that?
you gonna do that?
I ain't seen no like and no share yet.
But they on here. They're not on.
I don't care. I want them to like and share the show.
Jesus, be offense
Be a
all
fence.
around me every day.
Mm.
Mm.
I love
Y'all need to be telling them to tell Jesus to be a like and share. That's what
Wait, you want Jesus to like and share too?
Hold on.
Absolutely.
Mac Bell has
Absolutely.
just shared the video.
Send them prayers up. Send them prayers up.
Send them prayers up. Send
You know
them
what?
prayers up.
You know what?
Oh, come
I
on.
hear that tune one more
Oh,
time.
man, I didn't mean to do that. Y'all don't do I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Max said he shared. So
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, I'm still jumping in your inbox, bro. Don't worry about it.
Oh Lord. Lord Joy, how you been, brother?
man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Man, I'm good. I don't have any complaints. I don't want to complain. Let me just thank Jesus.
Yeah.
We can praise the Lord one more time. Just
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
thank
yeah. Thank and praise the Lord. Yeah.
for being there.
On top of
Blood still running warm in my
the
veins.
blood still.
Come on, boy.
Activities of my limb.
Come on, sir.
Put me up in the state of the right mind.
Yeah.
So and I just thank and praise the Lord. I do.
Want to thank him that your bed wasn't your cooling board, huh?
Oh, geez.
Huh?
Hey, Ray Charles.
Great job.
Stop it.
For years, I thought that's what they were saying.
Me
For
too.
years, I thought that's what they were saying.
I think
But,
every child. And
Let me just say, let me say this. I would be remiss if I didn't say this. Let me just seriously think. I'm honored to know each one of you gentlemen, and I'm glad to be a part of your life.
Oh,
I'm going through some I'm not sure what you call it, but it's gotten me to the point where I'm learning to appreciate more now than ever, those that are in my life. And so I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys and how much I love each one of y'all.
likewise, brother.
Thank you, sir. Likewise, brother.
Man, if you don't cut that sentimental BS out and get back together,
I knew it.
Right.
I threw myself up for that one though.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, your mouth was open. Your mouth was open.
Start the show with all this sentimental stuff.
What's up, Dad?
Freak, what's happening? I thought that's what my grandma was saying. Oh, Ray Charles.
Ray Charles.
Hey, did y'all know? And I used to go to Little Grove Missionary Baptist Church in Fountain Heights. Reverend Hill was the pastor back in the day. I remember used to riding in his station wagon, and there was a kindergarten attached to the church. But do y'all remember? I always wondered, why was the aisles the only thing that was carpeted? Later to find out that was for rhythm.
Come on, sir.
For what?
It was for rhythm. How they tap their feet.
Black folk used to tap their
When they
feet.
tap their feet when they sit in the aisle.
During devotion, they would tap their feet.
They would tap their feet. So you notice in between the pews there wasn't carpet.
Carpet in
It
between
was
the pews.
tile. And that's just a little fun fact in case those who went to missionary went to
Women
church.
used to tap their feet in them heels and stuff like that. And
Dude, and this sound, and it was something nice.
Because remember, a lot of times all they had was an organ player. They didn't even have a drummer.
That's
Right.
it.
That's exactly right.
That's it. I enjoyed my Baptist experience growing up. My little old Baptist church.
I remember getting baptized in that rusty old pool downstairs in the fellowship hall. I remember that.
Ours was outside behind the church. It was a concrete pool. You had to walk down outside.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh man. Yeah.
How old was y'all when y'all got baptized? Because when I got baptized, I went and sold dope later on.
Wow. I think I got baptized about 9.
Yeah, me too. I was 7 when I got baptized, and then I got baptized again about 10 years ago.
I wasn't that young.
Yeah, I got baptized at 18, and I went out with a girl later on that evening.
Well, you was in the Catholic church.
And
so
then-
No. When I got saved, I was going over to.
Wait, is there a difference?
Yeah, you can be saved, but then you got to be saved, right?
Let's just say it like this.
Right.
If you go into a Catholic church, you ain't saved.
Wow, I didn't say that.
I did. What they gonna do?
Hey, and Mario is true. Another little fun history. You know that the Catholic priest used to forgive people of their sins based off the diary that they would bring to the church.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Say what now?
Pay for forgiveness, Doc.
He said,
You had to pay to play.
Say what now?
Pay for forgiveness, Dad. That's what pay for forgiveness.
Pay for your forgiveness.
Wait, I gotta pay to be forgiven of my sins.
Hey man, that's how the Roman Catholic Church started out, bro.
Look, watch this. You can pay to get prophesied over.
Hey boy, hey, you better.
Well, hell, they do that now though. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
hey,
I stop.
Okay. My week was good.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to shout out this band right here. These
Overflow.
brothers is some bad brothers, and let me tell you something. When God knits some brothers together, hearts together, they do it. And so with this band right here, what we did was one of our brothers' mother passed away, and what we did was we went to the church to help memorialize our brother's mother. And them boys showed out. Them boys did a good job, and they did it with a free heart and a free spirit, man. And I just want to shout out this band right here.
What's their name, Steve?
Overflow.
And listen, y'all make sure y'all shout these guys out because they're getting up there in age, and we don't know how much longer their fingers and stuff gonna be able to play the instrument. So make sure y'all shout them out, man. Go check them out.
He on one by himself tonight, y'all.
He is on one by himself.
Ain't you gonna be 50 years old this year, James? For
No, sir.
real?
2 more years.
And you look that old already?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, already.
Yeah. I mean,
Already.
it's rough. I'm telling you.
That's what I was trying to do, Mac Bell. I was trying to get that girl I was with saved. That's what happened. Yeah, we're gonna go with
That's
that.
it, Matt. Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't trying to get that dope thing saved. I was just trying to make some money.
Oh, Lord. Yo,
Hey,
but
no man, I'll say that for later.
Yeah.
It's for James Fred.
James Fred got an interesting story, man. We're gonna let him just sit and just.
I got an interesting story about
your life, bro. Since I've met you, it's been one amazing story after another.
No, man. I mean, you know, I lived the life,
and you wouldn't believe by looking at this dude.
Shit, I mean, shoot.
I used to be an unsavory character, man. You know what I'm saying? Before Jesus came into my life. But here's the crazy part.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. But here's what's funny about it, Lovejoy, is that I never saw a jail cell until I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
God the mighty.
Okay, so tell me what you're saying then.
I ain't saying nothing. All I'm saying is
serve the Lord.
When I started living for Christ, I started getting locked up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You got to pay some.
That's all I'm saying.
He was trying to tell you something.
I'm trying to tell you.
Well, he told me several times. A lot. A lot.
Well, down, nigga.
If you go ask my youngest son right now, he probably will tell you, like, every time I looked up, this Negro was gone for 4 or 5 months. Like, you just man, I think I've been in every jail in Jefferson County, including the county and Shelby County and counties in Michigan. Like, I have.
Wow.
Would you
all after I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
So am I the only person on here who has not been on the inside of a jail that does not have a mug shot?
Well, you probably are. You probably are.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd have been there on 6th Avenue South, if that's what it is.
Yeah, still over there.
I've been in the county up on the 6th floor looking out the window, wishing I was out. Yeah, I've been there, bro. I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been on Lovejoy on that top bunk looking out the window, trying to see the cars on the interstate.
Hey, that's the first time they told me about cell phones. Because they used to talk through the vents.
Through the vents.
The women upstairs.
There you go.
Cell phones. The cell phone.
Oh, no. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
absolutely.
Man.
I can remember that feeling that day they called me and told me I was being released.
Man, ain't that the best feeling in the world?
Man.
That feeling, man. Hey, Fred, pack it up. Yes, sir.
That's exactly what they said. Now you talking about folding my blanket? Man, I just grabbed everything up and ran out the door.
Scoop it up and go. Throw everybody a peace sign and out.
Fred, I don't even know if I did. It's where I learned, by the way, it's where I learned how to play chess.
That they bond over, huh?
Actually, I did too, Lovejoy. Seriously.
Huh?
That's where I learned how to play chess at. Was in jail.
What rings was? What rings was hard? Rings? What rings?
The one in your nose? You got a ring in your nose?
Oh. He asked him were they hard?
Yeah. That means they're good.
They mean they look good. He like them.
They look good. He old. Don't worry.
I have to call Area in here because when she said that she or they ate.
Yeah.
What they eat? What they have?
No. Here's when I knew I was officially old, because I think you said it, by the way. Mm-hmm. I was watching BET Music Award.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't know nobody.
Don't know nobody.
Yeah. That's me, Lovejoy. I be so lost now.
Like, who is this?
Like, I didn't realize that a Doja Cat is a person.
Who is
when
that?
you start thinking the name of the person is a group or something like that, you officially you old for real.
Man, I thought it was a slang term or something that people was using, and then then I saw a Facebook post with a picture. I'm like, oh, so it's real. I said, oh, okay. I didn't.
And when they do a what they call it, a contribution, what they call it?
No, don't count. He said the army don't count. Mayberry said the army don't count.
Oh.
He been in jail in the
when they do the thing where somebody in our generation and they give what they call it? Somebody
Lifetime Achievement Award, like the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, and they pay a
homage to him, I was
like, yeah, I'm old.
Tribute.
They paying this to do. he was out when I was a little boy, so that makes me old then. So
Absolutely.
I don't know nobody on there. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even watch the BT Awards. It's because
It depresses
I'm
me
at
now.
the point now to where music today to me is just all of it's garbage. So it's like,
Well, but you would know that because you're a musician,
Right.
From Mario, y'all would know like that's garbage. That don't even sound.
I remember when it turned though. When it turned for me, it was when it turned, it was somewhere around COVID. It started to turn for me. And that's when it started to turn. When I started getting to
understand what the hell they saying.
You're right.
I think I was watching the BET Awards, and they were, and like you said, Lovejoy. I'm like, who is that? What that? Yeah, that was it. It was around COVID. That's when it really started to turn. Because I try to keep my ear to the ground, as to what's going on in the music world and who's who. But around 2020, 2021, I was like, yeah.
All right, y'all. So it's 20 after. Mario, how you been? Make it quick.
I've been great.
Did that shit. Okay.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Yeah, we hadn't done that. We stopped on Lovejoy.
Right.
Doing great. Doing good. Shout out to my boy DeLon with Overflow, sax player with DeLon. He's on the upswing, man.
Right.
And we all in the group chat together. And it was funny because I was at church and I had just said a little prayer right before we went into praise and worship for DeLon. Said a little prayer for him. And then next thing you know, the picture pops up of him eating. He's sitting in this, What? What? Huh?
The looks that you got when you said a little prayer.
Hey, man. Like I said, I said a little prayer for my boy DeLon, and then we got a text message from across the on the group chat, and he was sitting up and he was eating. I don't see what's funny. I don't know what's so funny.
When y'all watch this replay, I promise my light flashed as soon as he said it.
I wasn't even looking up, so I missed it. So hey, it is what it is. Well, okay, let me get you some along the line.
That's what made it funny because you didn't even see our reactions when you say it. you said a little prayer. I was like, how can you fix his mouth to say that? Mario pray?
Hey man, y'all gonna get off my friend.
Absolutely, I pray. You have to pray to counteract the other stuff that because like just yesterday, my buddy came over and brought a friend called Don Julio.
Oh Lord!
And he bought, and so about 3 glasses later. I was 3 sheets to the wind.
Ladies and gentlemen, only on this show can you go to talking about prayer and then getting drunk. Like only on the 4 Black Guys show, y'all. Let me tell you something.
I'm tickled, man.
And then
Jesus.
He bought his boy Don Julio over here, and we sat in the garage and watched the sunset, watched the white
this
folks.
Before or after you prayed for DeLon?
That was before. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Yesterday. We started at 3:00. He left at 7. By 8:04, when he texted me and said, "Hey, bro, I'm at the house," I was.
And then you got up this morning and prayed for DeLon.
That's what happened.
Gone. Hey man, and I'm drinking water. I'm hydrated.
All right, so James Fred.
This nigga just told a bold-faced lie on live TV.
No, I believe he prayed.
You do?
I have a relationship with the Lord.
All right, James Fred, before you go, Mario, can you kind of take us back in what you said in your prayers?
It was to the Lord, but okay. I don't
know how you talk to him.
The Lord, me and God talk. Like, look, hey God, Hey man, let me holler at you for it, man. You know my boy at the line. He ain't doing so hot. I'm gonna need you to look out for him. I'm gonna need you to do him a big one. You know what I'm saying? I said we need him back on the ground. You feel me?
What's up, Keisha?
And that's how I went. You know what I'm saying? I need my boy back on the ground.
Did he say anything back?
And after I finished praying, literally, watch this. I'm in church and praise and worship is about to start. And that picture comes up right there.
What's that?
DeLon eating in his hospital bed. DeLon,
right. That's because the Lord spoke to DeLon and said, "Hey, man, this nigga out here talking crazy."
That was at 10:45 a.m. We was about.
Are you saying that the Lord heard you?
The Lord heard my cry.
He's moaning the cry. Miss moaning
my every groan. Huh? Yes, he did. My brother is in the bed eating.
Shot.
At the hospital. Dude, he been in the hospital since the last of November.
Yeah.
1st of November, last of November, 1st. He had literally been in the hospital in the bed.
2 shot. Hush.
God probably had to do that because he said this nigga had the audacity to come.
He had the audacity to come here.
To come talking to me. Yeah. I just listen. If his nuts hang like that, let me go ahead and do something.
Like, wow,
that was bold, bro. That was bold. That was bold, Mario.
All right,
go ahead, James.
Go ahead, James Fred. Because, dude, we gotta get meat, bro.
We got time.
This nigga said he prayed.
He did. Hey man, Mario prayed, man. Stop playing.
Okay, go ahead, James. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a bunch of other folks pray too. So Donald Trump said he prayed, but anyway,
he ain't never told that lie.
Yes, he did.
That's one lie he has never told.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. He said he a Christian, though.
He showed it.
With 2 Corinthians,
right?
With 2 Corinthians.
With 2 Corinthians. 2 of them.
2 of them.
My week has been okay, man. Been chilling out, relaxing, trying to get some work done, trying to get my life together, all that good stuff. Keep on. Hey, man, Mayberry, don't do that.
Well, no, let him encourage.
Don't do that.
Let him encourage.
That's my boy right there. That Mayberry, that's my boy. He understand what's happening. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, my week has been uneventful, man. Ain't nothing really. Actually, since the last time we've been on, uneventful. Ain't nothing real serious happened. Nothing like that. So there you go.
There you go. Well, y'all about to hate me.
Why is it?
And I don't care. Cause your boy about to go to Alaska this week
and freeze your behind off, nigga. We ain't gonna hate you.
Hey,
your boy is
what season are you in, Steve?
So what?
All day or is it all night over there?
What's up? What's that?
You know, in Alaska, you can have where it's daylight all day or nighttime.
We ain't going that far.
Oh, you know,
we just doing a cruise.
Y'all doing the tip.
Yeah, we're hitting a couple cities. So y'all pray for your boy. I'm excited about going.
What are you praying for?
Oh,
I'll pray for you, Stephen.
I'll
pray for you.
That's a lie.
Okay.
I'll pray for you, my friend.
Listen, God through your get through. Don't press your luck, brother.
Hey, come on, man. Oh man, y'all gonna get off my boy, man. I mean, if God can make a donkey talk,
yeah,
right.
You know what, Steve? That would be okay if you have not made that comparison.
Right.
So you went extreme, what we call extreme asceticism.
Right.
Well, if you gotta go to if God can make a donkey talk, surely he can that comparison. Woo! That's a where you go?
So if God can make a donkey talk, he can answer Mario Leonard's prayer.
So y'all done got
that's a meme right there. Ooh. That's a meme.
I'm telling you.
That's a meme, right? I'm gonna make that meme and I'm gonna post it. Listen, y'all, if God can make a donkey talk, he can answer Mario Leonard's prayer.
Shabba, 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 shabba.
All right, go ahead, Steve. So you
Next
going?
time
You
somebody
when
says
you leaving,
something
bro?
about me, I'm gonna cut y'all, man.
Yeah.
Microphone behind you. There you go. We leave out Wednesday, man, and so we're gonna be gone for a couple of days. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. All right, James Fred. You said you had something you wanted to say to people today.
Oh yeah, let me go on a little rant real quick.
We getting ready to get started. Here we go.
So I was actually gonna mention names, but I'm not gonna do that. We ain't gonna be that kind of show. But there are some, let me make this statement first. Donald Jonquavius Trump
Jonquavius
has successfully
Come on.
turned black activists into MAGA apologists. And I have seen it firsthand in this city. People that I know that were activists, always talking about the black community. Some of them just had the biggest problems with all white people and all this stuff. These people are now online, everything MAGA, not Republican or conservative, MAGA. So we know that Donald Trump just recently pardoned Larry Hoover and NBA Youngboy. These Negroes sitting online telling people Donald Trump released Larry Hoover so Larry Hoover could go back to Chicago and help fix the community.
Huh? Who said that?
Black activists in the city of Birmingham.
Was that your boy?
It ain't far. It ain't far fetched, James.
Let me tell you why it is. Let me tell you why it is. Larry Hoover been locked up since 1973.
Correct.
73.
First of all, he still got state charges to deal with. So it's still doubtful that he gets out of jail. First of all, that's the first thing. He might not have to do his federal time, but he still got a bunch of state charges. If you remember back in 1997.
Wait. Stop. I think we need to explain who this guy is.
Larry Hoover is.
They don't know who Larry Hoover is?
Brother, believe me, there's some people out here who don't know who Larry Hoover is.
Okay. Go ahead, Joe.
Mario being one of them because he prays.
I just know he in a Rick Ross song.
You didn't know who Larry Hoover was for real?
Larry Hoover is the founder of the Gangster Disciples out of Chicago.
Okay, there you go.
I
ain't one of them, so no, I don't.
They credit him for not only just being the founder of the Disciples, but also just kind of where gang violence went to at the head in the 80s. They say Larry Hoover was kind of the one that sparked all that with what he was doing in Chicago. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, your boy Mayberry's right. They gave him 200 years. Okay. And in 1997, they threw more. He was already locked up. They threw more charges on him based off of what the disciples were still doing, because they say because he founded it, he's responsible. So they gave him another life sentence. So what these people are now saying is that after 50 years of being locked up, first, these kids don't know. Hell, Mario don't know who Larry Hoover is. So you think these kids know who Larry Hoover is or care anything about what Larry Hoover has to say when it comes to what they doing in the streets? They don't operate the same way we did. All of us, my age and maybe a little bit younger, that came up in gangs, yes, we knew who he was. As disciples, we were told who he was. So we had a certain respect for him, didn't even know the man. These kids nowadays don't have that. Larry Hoover is not going to get out of jail and try to go back to Chicago and tell, you think he's going to be able to tell a nigga like King Von to hey man, stop the violence.
Wait, King Von is dead now.
Yeah, he dead now.
He said like King Von.
Oh, like King Von.
There's a bunch of them. And King Von wasn't the only one. There's a bunch of them Negroes running around Chicago and every place else. The dude here in Birmingham that they keep throwing, they up to 14 bodies on this nigga. He was a hitman. Crazy. You think somebody like that gonna listen to Larry Hoover come out talking about some stop the violence? And do you think, even if that was so, that's Donald John Quavius's Trump intention? If that's the case, why pardon NBA Youngboy? That nigga's a menace. He ain't stopped doing no violence yet. Why you pardon him?
All right, but James, let me ask you a question. And is
Yes,
it
sir.
true that he's thinking about pardon Diddy too?
Do I think he is?
He said
I heard it. It was in the air. I didn't know if it was true.
Well, a lot of people say that because him and Diddy were friends.
him and Diddy were friends, exactly.
So a lot of people think that could happen. So, and hey, you know,
Watch
DJ
this.
something else, man. So you know, that's
It's
his
also-
nickname, by the
it's
way,
also
Steve. He
rumored-
DJ.
Watch
He's
this.
like
It's
Larry
also
Hoover,
rumored-
Steve. He DJ now. He John Quavius, baby. That's his nickname. You know what I'm saying?
It's also rumored that he is possibly going to pardon the guy. What's the guy that killed the foot on the neck guy? I'm having
You talking about Chauvin?
So
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
yeah.
At some point.
Now,
go ahead.
my thing is, be careful, black community. They poking the bear with us. I don't know if y'all, if you, they're poking the bear with us. They doing little things to try to get us to rise up. You know, taking the Black Lives Matter monument down, defunding the Smithsonian Black History Museum, all of that. Just little stuff that they are doing with black people to poke the bear to try to get us to get out in the streets. So in mass, they can arrest and shoot and kill. Sit y'all ass down.
They want us to get out there and act a fool.
They want us to get out there and act a fool. I'm telling you, if he does that, that's the sole purpose behind that. That's all. He's trying to get a reaction out of the black people.
But also, and this is just a theory of mine, I think he's really trying to set himself up for a third term.
Of course.
And he's putting certain pieces in place. For him right now, this is chess.
Yeah.
He's trying to set it up to where, I guess, legislation is going to pass that a president can run for a third term. And I think he's gearing people up on his side in terms of the black community. So once he gets ready to initiate that, he got all his pieces in place and he's going to strike. That's just what I believe.
Excuse me. I'm with you, Tony. I've said that before. This man is really trying to set himself up as a dictator and is really trying to put those pieces in place. But what's been striking to me is that he's been on a whole pardon run here lately.
Yeah.
And it takes me by surprise, but I'm wondering why he's pardoning all these people right now, because he's pardoning the sheriff. That was we had said you got to pay to get a prophecy. Well, this particular sheriff was letting people pay so they can be a sheriff, or he would give them a badge without any training, without anything. People could pay this sheriff in Texas to become
a deputy sheriff.
Let him go.
I had to did that. How much was he charged?
I don't know. Remember the lady that got shot at the insurrection?
Resurrection.
Yeah, the insurrection. I'm churchy.
Yeah, the lady that got killed for trying to bum rush the.
He just paid their family a whole bunch of money.
Hold on, I gotta find my Bible. I gotta find that story.
You can't because you don't have a Bible.
Yes, I do.
That's a phone. But anyway,
if I say you ain't no real Christian if you don't have a phone. I mean, if you don't have a Bible.
A real Bible.
It's over on that side of the bed.
Yeah, but he sleeps on this side.
Hold on, I'm trying to look this up. Go ahead, Steve. Let me look.
But anyway, at the insurrection, this lady got shot and killed because the officer told her, "Don't climb through the window. Don't climb through that door." She climbed through the door. She got popped and died. But he's paid her family restitution for doing something totally legal. Storming the Capitol. So will you be quiet?
I can't understand you, Steve, because James is.
I know he's just being James today. But this man is definitely on a tear of pardoning people, and it's for a reason, and I don't see it just yet.
And that's the thing. Sometimes you can see it clear as a bell. Sometimes it is muddy, and by the time you piece it all together, it's too late.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely something strategic.
Hey, did he take that plane from that country?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's in Texas.
It's in Texas.
It is in Texas.
Yeah.
Now, is that his plane or is that the office's plane?
Let's see here.
He
No,
said
that's his plane. It's not. That plane was not given to the United States. It was not given to the president. It was given to Donald John Quavius Trump.
Okay.
Let's see here. ChatGPT wants me to clarify that. Steve, could you clarify what that is?
you like jazz?
Steve, I'm gonna let you borrow this. Just cut it.
They say a woman was shot at an event related to Jesus' resurrection.
Okay.
Did they even have guns back then?
No.
Let's see here.
No, they had the closest thing they had to a gun was a slingshot.
So through all of this, basically, ChatGPT said, "I don't know what the hell I'm talking about." But go ahead.
Right. Yeah, I could have told you that. You
okay. Well, no, I mean you said it. I was just checking. Go ahead.
No, I just simply missaid a word.
So oh, I didn't. Okay, my bad.
I can admit my faults. That's why I'm a Christian. I can.
My bad. My bad. Okay.
But go ahead, James. Continue on your rant.
No, that's it, man. It just amazes me how when you have to manipulate half truths to try to prove your support for somebody, that's bothersome. And again, these are black activists, so they say. And listen, I don't have a problem with nobody supporting whoever they want to support or voting for whoever. That's your thing. But a lie is a lie. And when you start perpetuating a lie,
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So why? And I'm gonna talk about us. I'm gonna talk about us. Why do we jump on, like, let's just say, for instance, why do black people jump on things as in NBA YoungBoy, as in Kodak Black, as in these people being released from jail? Why do we see those things as victories when these people deserve to be in jail? You know what I mean?
Because that's that whole free whoever mentality we got. You know, it's all we always, even when we wrong, if we face consequences for being wrong, we feel like we're being railroaded. So we go do a crime and we go to jail. We ain't gonna deal with the fact that we did the crime. We're gonna deal with the fact, the police bothered me. And Lovejoy used to be a cop. I'm sure you saw it a million times. I mean,
so what?
Young cats or young black males like myself, because I used to have this mentality.
Hold on a second. Let me ask ChatGPT, because this nigga said he young.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, okay. Wait. I mean, back in the day, I was
okay. Go ahead. Say what you're saying. So I can understand.
Who just didn't take responsibility for their actions. So you do something, you do a crime, you get in trouble, and then it becomes the police fault when they arrest you. And now you're a victim, and people are raising money. I mean, we do it all the time. We raise money for people who committed crime, did something wrong, because we don't want them to go to jail.
Okay, so I can relate to this story not as a former police officer, but as one of those knuckleheaded young guys who I can't be a hypocrite and say I was not one of them. So
Oh, we
I
know you
answer
were. Don't
that
worry.
question from that perspective, not as a former police officer, but as a person who played the victim.
Yeah, I think, and Steve, I think that's what it is, man.
It's learned behavior, by the way.
It is. It is. Definitely. We just want to be the victims all the time. We don't want to be. You get, because there are some wrongdoings. We know that we got crooked police out there. We know we got bad cops. So now every time a cop pulls, what was the dude that shot at the police and they ended up shooting him up, and his mama all on TV hollering and crying, talking about he was just trying to get home.
Yeah.
No, he was a street nigga. And he lived a street life, and he died the way street niggas died.
Okay.
Listen,
go ahead.
so for me, I can't take when there are crazy incidents that happen. We know that we just don't get treated the same way as our white counterparts when it comes to, a lot of times, to being dealt with by the police. That's just fact. People want to argue that, but anyway, it's just fact. So that means I have to instill into my children, hey, listen, you can't fight these battles on the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
You get pulled over, the police acting crazy, you start arguing and hollering and mouthing off and all. It might not turn out that well for you, son.
All right, pause for just a second, James. So what if that's what we're doing in terms of teaching our kids to adhere to the policies and the procedures and law, and they still get shot in their back?
That part, Lovejoy, we can't.
So I'm gonna take the position, and we didn't talk about this the last time. I think it had just happened. I'm gonna take the position like the gentleman who took the position of, you killed my son, and I don't want to get this particular show knocked off for saying what I.
You talking about Rodney Hinton?
What's the guy whose father, after they found out they killed his son, he came back and ran over the sheriff.
Yeah, Rodney Hinton. That nigga need to go to jail.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That nigga need to go to jail.
And James, tell me why you say that.
He went and killed an innocent person. That's not redeeming his son.
Okay,
he went and ran over an innocent police officer.
Okay, preacher. Okay, preacher.
That's not no.
Okay, preacher.
That's not, that has nothing to do with preaching.
James, watch this.
How do you justify that?
An eye for an eye.
No, Lovejoy.
But he didn't get the eye of the person who caused him.
Okay, but all I'm saying is, as an overall arching thing in terms of the mind of the black man and the black woman, we're tired of you killing our kids for no apparent reason.
Nah.
Okay.
So what's the son? Let me ask you this question. What's the son?
Okay, let me just say this, and this is my position. Would you guys agree with me or not? Here's my position. You touch one of them over there in that room, you touch one of mine, I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna feel the same way.
Yeah, but I want the person who I want the person who did it. Give me the person who did it.
Did y'all hear what I said? That's just my position.
Right.
And these views does not reflect those of the four black guys. This is my opinion and my opinion only. You touch one of mine, if I see anything that resembles, I'm telling you now, and I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't want this particular show.
So let me ask you this. Let me present you this scenario. A black dude.
Let me offer this.
A black dude breaks into a white dude's house and robs him and hurts his wife or hurts his kids. He goes out and just starts shooting up the hood. Is he justified in that?
Oh, James Fred. Isn't that what they're doing now?
Who?
In terms of like these Karens and things? Aren't they profiling us over things that we have not done? Isn't that what they're doing now?
Lovejoy, I'm not talking about profiling, brother. I'm talking about somebody being ran over in the street.
You say, okay, so they classify all of us as angry black people they classify us as thieves
Yep.
based off what an
Lazy.
aberration of people does.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. So they've been doing it, historically speaking, for years.
So white folks are our standard,
Huh?
and how white folks become our standard of how we
They've
operate.
never been our standard.
Exactly.
They've never been our standard.
So because they stupid, don't mean I got to be stupid.
Well, and then the reverse is true. They'll gaslight us and say it's us.
Right.
When they do something wrong, they would then blame us, and they are justified in their behavior.
This the country we live in. Still doesn't have to dictate how I operate.
I agree. All I'm saying is that the narrative don't fit, James, right? It don't. Whether y'all agree with me or not, that's just my perspective on how I see things. Again, these views does not reflect the three remained in black guys. It is only the views of Anthony Jasper Lovejoy.
You Anthony John Quavius.
John
Lovejoy
Quavius.
today.
John Quavius,
Yeah.
I just gained John Quavius. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts. So
It's a hard thing to watch or hear about your son dying. I mean, we can take Emmett Till, right? Or we can take Tulsa, or we can take anything for anybody. They can justify any plan of violence that they want, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not fair that I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I understand what you're saying, Lovejoy. But my thing
see, I can justify it as saying, for one who's been on law enforcement side, I can say, oh, no, that was just heat of passion. You killed his son, and he went out, and he snapped, the heat of passion. That could be the defense.
That's what they're trying to do.
Heat of passion.
They're trying.
So
Well,
I walk in my house, and my wife is in bed with another dude, and he got her legs up, wearing her out. Boom! I snap. Pop, pop, pop. Heat of passion.
they're not calling it a heat of passion, but his lawyer is trying to say that he wasn't mentally stable during that time.
And watch how that's going to play out. If
Now,
that's his argument, watch how that's going to play
Here's
out.
the problem, Lovejoy. Let me tell you what they did, though. Let me tell you and Judge Joe Brown broke this down too. So what they started doing is they started looking into his past. And what they're trying to show is, was he at this moment mentally jacked up, or does he simply have a history of getting pissed off and then snapping?
That's what they do. They go
And
back
so-
into your history profile.
Yeah, but conclusive evidence says there was a reason behind him snapping.
But if he shows a pattern of this,
history of it.
Not a
Then-
pattern of losing his son,
But if he shows
but
up,
they may show a pattern of
If they saw a
aggressiveness.
pattern of aggressiveness or violence in
that can
violence,
tank the case.
yeah,
That can tank the case.
I don't see one dealing with, and if the judge allowed it to be admissible in court, if he allows it, then yeah, they could use that. But we're talking about an isolated incident. My son, you took the life of my son, and if we're going to stand on the heels of civil rights laws, then I'm in a position where I'm tired of, and if he has a good lawyer, and I think he does, we're standing on the point on the fact that we're tired of our black kids being killed. And as a father, he may go down as a martyr. He may go down as a martyr, and we don't know how this case study is going to turn out. We don't. I'm just saying, if he stands on that, I think he stands a chance. I really do. I think he stands a chance.
I don't know if y'all didn't see when I went live a couple weeks ago, and on this channel, and I talked about it. I 100% understand his rage. Okay, and I went into my situation with what happened to Jesse and the rage. And I told Steve about this, that for months I watched my wife go to the doctors, have surgeries, and do all this stuff just for her to die. I went to her doctor's office and sat in front of this woman's office in my mind, I was going to make this lady tell me why my wife was dead. And I had to pray myself out of there. Mario, don't you say nothing. Yes, I prayed myself out of there. I was rageful. I was pissed. I get it. She was snatched from me.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute she's there, the next minute she's gone, and I wanted somebody to tell me why. So I 100% understand his rage. I get it. I'm not faulting him for that. What I'm saying is that his action, if I had stayed in front of that lady's office, I don't know what I would have done.
Sure.
And whatever I would have done, I would have been wrong. Rodney Hinton, I get his rage. I promise I do. And I said it in that live. I don't want to minimize his anger and his rage with his child being taken from him. But to go and run down an innocent person, bruh, no, you can't. We can't justify destroying another family because of what happened to us. It's just not justifiable.
And I guess I'm in a position where I'm tired of having to be the community of people who's having to have to be forgiving for acts and historical acts of animal mind. Huh? What happened?
Give me a second.
Oh,
no, keep talking.
I'm just talking about for me. And again, I'm not speaking for you guys. I'm just tired of having to be the community of people who always have to be forgiving of heinous acts that are done toward us. And we have to always, this little cliche, we prayed about it, we're forgiving, and then they continue to do the same thing. And not them and as an entire community. There's just a small percentage of these ignoramus, these individuals who are perpetrating these cycles. And I'm tired of it. And I'm not sure in me, and we've had this conversation, in me, I'm not sure if I still want to be that saved where I'm going to continue to allow a person to do harmful things to my people and then justify, and they want me to go on TV to be the poster child and say, we're going to pray for them and we're going to forgive them. Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm done.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, that's a wrap.
I feel
that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Until we take those positions, like if you harm one of ours, by the way, let's tie this back up to Larry Hoover. Originally, when the Black Gangster Disciples was formulated, formulated up under the Black Panthers for protecting our
community against corrupt cops.
They were
against corrupt cops.
Yep.
Let's tie all this back into it. And what happened was it was a conspiracy theory. The FBI got wind of this dude having this much influence in his community where he was rallying the black men to come and to protect them. And they said, if you come in our community and you harm one of ours, whether it be the women, our children, you're going to have to deal with us as black men. Then it turned into something else. And at some point, James Fred, at some point, we got to be willing to die for the way our women and our children are being treated and stop being fucking cowards behind this stuff. And yes, I said it.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm with you. I agree with you on that. But I want the person who did that. If by chance that happened to me, I want the person who did it. Give me that person. Give me that person. But I agree with you, Lovejoy. We are always the turn. We have historically been the turn the other cheek people. I'm out of that phase completely. You do mine. If I can't get you, I'm gonna get.
See, but right there, Mario, right there. That's all this man did.
Well,
that's all he did, Mario.
Well, look, watch this. I was going to the place where if you took mine, I'm gonna take yours. If I can't get you, I get yours. A child for a child. Let's do that. How about that? You want to play that game? You see what I'm saying?
And what pissed me off, Mario, was when this man was standing in court.
God's still working on me.
I'm telling you right now, I ain't gonna be that saved. I don't want to. But what pissed me off even more, that you use an intimidating tactic to scare this brother. And this phrase came up, chin up, chest out, because you had all of those individuals standing behind him trying to give him this intimidating look, like
nothing about that.
Man, get the fuck out of here. That ain't gonna scare that dude.
Yeah, he ain't care nothing about that.
Nothing about it.
Come on,
didn't bother him at all.
Let's stop playing. And then watch this, church people. Then we try to take the Bible, which we were brainwashed, with, and you try to use that narrative to explain or justify your animal-like behavior. Man, come on, man. Let's stop this foolishness. And as black people, we've been brainwashed with that so-called thing, the King James Version. Now, I don't want one right now. The King James Version, when he was writing the King James Version, he was also writing this witchcraft book telling people how to do spells with his gay ass. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Fuck that tea.
Okay, what now?
Block that T. She probably did this too.
Yeah, she probably did that. Block that T, y'all.
Come on, man. Come on. We got to stop playing. Yes, master. Yes, sir. Yes,
No.
we got to stop playing that, man. And say, if you take 1 hour, good luck. We taking 10 of yours.
I'm with you there. I'm sorry. I've been on that. I'm not. We are past the turn the other cheek phase. Now that's me. Now that's me. God forbid. I pray over mine on a regular. Lord, please, for them and for
on
me.
the podcast. Y'all, this my baby on the phone, y'all. This my baby.
Okay.
Say hey, Jasmine. The world listening. Hey, y'all. See.
Maybe I shouldn't be cussing. My bad.
Hey,
This one here cuss more than all of us.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Okay.
Yeah, she cuss more than all of us. Hey, babe, what you doing? What you doing?
Are you really taking on
Yeah, you taking a call.
Hey, man, why don't you mute your microphone?
I'm sorry.
This dude right here, bro.
At what point, and this is for our audience, those that are still on, at what point are we willing to die for a cause? And if you touch one of ours again, let's create this revoke or this rebellion and say enough is enough. Enough is enough. And if we're going to do legislation, and I thought about this, you know what'll stop them from killing us? And we brought this up on the show before. You know what'll stop police from killing our
Insurance policies?
Insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
So when the child is born, they automatically get a $1.5 million life insurance policy at birth. At birth, I guarantee you this foolishness will stop when them life insurance policy have to keep kicking out that money because you keep killing our kids. I guarantee this foolishness will stop.
Well, it'll be a clause. What they'll do is create a clause that if they're killed in the line of being pursued by a police officer or at the hands of law enforcement for something that they were doing,
all we gotta do is construct legislation and says, okay, if that's the cause, these body cams are automatically uploaded to a server. Here you go, Steve, to a server that's dedicated to that and is ran by an independent company. Right? So these body cams, when they get uploaded and we create a redundant system, yeah, you'll stop that foolishness because you can't go in and tamper with that.
Here's what I say.
You're right, Dwayne. People not willing to suffer.
People not willing to suffer the consequences.
They're not.
Buy bullets and drink beer. Drink. That's what I'm doing. Buying bullets and drinking beer.
I'm glad you said that because my daughter just told me she's gonna buy me an AR-15 for my birthday.
Oh God.
Well, you need to really talk to Mario about that. Make sure you get the 7-inch.
Dude, my nephew just bought a hunk of junk and paid about $150 too much for it, not knowing.
Really?
I said, why didn't you talk to me before you bought it? Ain't no it was brand new hunk of junk out the box.
Hey,
Oh, I talked to you then, so I know what kind of tether I need to get. Or
Mario designed me one for my 45th birthday, and that was my birthday gift for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. But see,
Yeah.
right now Mario be drinking and praying, so I don't know if I want him to design anything for me just yet. Praying and drinking, that combination, the gun might explode on this. I don't know. So we don't,
Another thing, y'all.
Certain things I can do in my sleep.
That's a lie.
Another thing,
What, bro?
we gotta stop being quiet about these issues in our community.
I agree.
And I'm not talking about I have a dream speech. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
Okay.
showing up. And I'm like, hey, if you got to kill me, you're gonna have to kill me. But what my daughters will know is don't play with mine. Don't play with these Lovejoy girls because you're going to have to pay the price for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that.
I agree.
Agreed. It don't take but one example. It don't take but one good example. And when that one go
I have
ahead.
a question though. I mean, I understand the feeling behind it and I understand the frustration behind it. I get it. But how far do we escalate?
What do you mean?
I say match energy. That's
Match energy.
you have to match energy. And I'm using the example of the cop taking this guy's kid's life. The equal and opposite of that is a child for a child. Now whether you agree with it, I'm like Lovejoy. My opinions are my opinions. They're not.
But does that tactic work on an individual basis?
Well, and does it work all the time?
We don't know.
Because we never did it. Because we haven't done it. We've always taken what they've dished and turned the other cheek.
And this is the classic Malcolm and Martin. You know what I mean?
Yep.
By any means
necessary.
Well, no, because I 100% believe if I can get hold to the cop that kills my son, I need to cut his nuts off and then feed him to his mama. I get that's.
And I don't think nobody. I think if you went to prison over that, you'll walk. They'll make a pallet for you. You know what I'm saying?
Probably because Rodney. Let's make this clear, y'all. Let's make it. Rodney Hinton going to jail. I ain't a bit of defense gonna get that man. There's no way.
All right, let me answer this, James.
I don't think he shouldn't be touched in prison.
Watch this. Here's an analogy for you. 9/11.
Yep.
Who are we after?
Who were we after?
Who were we after during 9/11?
Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden.
Right.
How many people did we kill before we got him?
Half the country. Half the country. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Listen, like you said earlier, all this stuff is learned behavior. Listen, white people. Let me talk to y'all for a minute.
What about Yusef, young Yusef, who was 12 years old, who was outside playing when them stealth bombers came through at night? Did we care about? He ain't had nothing to do with it, and he was innocent. Did we care? No, we rolled gangster. And anytime, and just so y'all know, since I used to work for the government, anytime we do an attack, guess when we attack? At night, when you least expect. And we send them stealth bombers that are flying about 60,000 feet up, and we just come to them like, hey, we here. And by the time you realize we're there, we done blew up about 25 square miles, letting you know we here, we ain't going anywhere. It just so happened you're the same race and the same color as that dude who came in and blew us up. Now you got to pay the price for it.
Again, we learned it from the best. That's what white people got to understand. We were taught our so-called violent ways. We learned it from y'all. We watched.
But they're picking at the bear, though, James. They're picking at the bear, and you keep wanting us to just come on TV, cry a little bit, and say we're gonna
them days over. Ain't no more tear shed. I think we are at a volatile point that when we finally snap, ain't no more tear shed. Folks start.
No tear shed. No sir. No sir.
The tears are over. People are tired. People are fed up. People see you for who you are. You know what I'm saying? And if this don't apply to you, white person that might be listening to the show, don't take no offense. But a hit dog will holler.
A hit dog will holler. And I have coworkers that are on this platform on my social media page. So if you see this, hey, it is what it is.
I got plenty of white coworkers.
I'm cool. My white coworkers that I work with, we cool. I'm cool with you. I won't come out of bag unless you come out of bag. But
I ain't even talking to those individuals,
right,
of another community, and that has been supportive of us. I'm not talking to
us, right? I'm talking to you. This is about
renegades, ignoramus individuals who seem to want to continue to play this game, and you don't realize you're playing with fire now, because there's a community of people who are tired
That's not right.
of you killing us, and nothing is being done. Them days, excuse my English, them days. Did he really just do that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. He did. I knew that's what he was doing. I knew it.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I agree with you 110%, Love Joy.
I agree, Love Joy. I got you, bro.
But look at this last comment, because we do.
Comment where I can't see where they at. Oh, Black folks revolution, but definitely are not.
They talk revolution, but definitely are not ready.
So that was going to be my next question. All right. So in order for us to get to what y'all talking about, we are going to have to look inward first and deal with our issues amongst each other before we can get to that point. Right now, we're divided in every aspect, whether it's classism, socialism, whatever. We are just divided.
But that was done by design, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that, but at some point, the reason becomes the excuse, and we got to fix
the reason don't become the excuse. Once you identify that it was done, okay, now I know that this was done because they killed our leaders in the 60s that would have any that could galvanize us. They killed Malcolm, they killed Martin, they killed is it Huey P. Newton? They killed these guys.
Yeah.
They killed these guys or locked these guys up or stripped away their voice so they couldn't galvanize the community. You see what I'm saying? And then injected things into the Black community to divide us.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? Whether that be drugs, whether that be the good job with the benefits, because
it be
welfare, because if you allow niggas to, I'm sorry, can I say that? If you allow niggas to make a little money and put a little money up and get comfortable, that's almost as deadly as giving them welfare. That's almost as deadly as dropping drugs off in the neighborhood. Success
or be the pimp to our Black queens and tell them, yeah, I'll give you some money, but you do know you can't have James Fred laying up in your house while I'm giving you my money.
I'm giving you my money, huh? And we're gonna send somebody by periodically to do a house check, but make sure there's no sign.
But again, we have to address these issues, though.
But the dude that's addressing it for us, here we go. The dude that's addressing it for us, we even turning on him.
What dude?
The Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Minister Louis Farrakhan. We ain't turning on him. He's respected to us.
Right. But for the average people, we are taught to not like him because he's on the side of hatred.
Watch it. When we were kids, you and I, when we were kids, our parents didn't know nothing about Louis Farrakhan and them like that, you know. And then that's them Muslims. Well, we Baptists, we don't know nothing about all that. That's how, you know. It wasn't until I got into college that I started understanding who Louis Farrakhan was, what he stood on, what he was talking about. I had to get out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
In those early 20s, that's when I found out who Louis Farrakhan was, you know. But growing up here in Alabama in the South, you know what I'm saying? Black people from the South, we like to walk the straight and narrow. We don't know nothing but Jesus. If you don't represent Jesus and all of that stuff, it ain't nothing we don't know you.
So do you think these younger generations care anything about Louis Farrakhan?
Yes.
Yes.
They do?
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Where I don't okay. What do they care about Louis Farrakhan?
There's a level of respect that comes with who he is. I think the message that he's been preaching for 30 some odd years is finally being heard. And one thing you will not do, you won't run up on the fruit of Islam.
You will not.
But I'll run up on my neighbor though and bust him out.
Well, okay, look, James, I get where you're going with that. But the person you're talking about that may not respect the Louis Farrakhan is what we would call a YN. We can't even count them in the game right now. YNs are ignorant for no reason. These are people that's, I would say, 25 and under 25. But I think if you're 25 and over, you know who Louis Farrakhan is. You know what he stands for, and you have a level of respect or reverence for him in one way or another and what comes out of his mouth. I believe.
I got a theory about that too, Mario.
I'm listening.
We just had an activity where some YNs came on the set. And the energy that was given off is Unc and these OGs over here ain't gonna play with you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna conduct yourself accordingly if you're going to be over here.
Yeah.
Now watch this, because now it must be a fashion trend or something where these guys walk around with Glocks hanging out their pocket with extended clips.
Yeah.
We was like, oh no. You don't understand, player. You're not gonna come in here. And it was different MCs that walked up to these guys like, hey, go put that up. As a matter of fact, go ahead and leave.
Yeah.
We had to stand as a united front to let these little YNs know, you ain't coming up in here like that. Now, if you do, woe unto you to come in and stir up some trouble in this setting. So I'm saying they have a level of respect. You just have to demand it. And you almost have to match their energy like, yeah, play that one if you want to, player.
But that level of respect was done on your terms, on your property, your bill, wherever y'all was at. When they leave there, they YN still, and they still gonna do what they gonna do. So my thing is this: I agree with y'all, what y'all saying about us having to start speaking out and standing up and all of that kind of stuff. But when or how do we get there? Unitedly, if we can't, unitedly is not a word, so I don't think
I don't have the answer for that one,
bro. No, XChatBT, y'all GBT that, Fred.
Unitedly a word.
Right.
I don't think unitedly is a word.
That's not a word.
I made that one up though. You see how I did that? You know what I'm saying? That shows my level.
Ambivert is a word.
Ambivert is actually a word.
Ambivert is a word, yeah.
Ask ChatGPT that.
Oh, okay, please.
Ambivert is a real word.
I know we got off into another little thing.
Is ambivert a word? Man, bump y'all.
Right there.
Now, GB said, of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
But Steve, I'll pass it back off to you. I just had my little moment.
That's fine.
Mike, I mean, and again, my thing is always going to be, how do we get to that point? I'm more looking at us and the state that we're in now. And I told Steve I wanted to do a show about Black culture, the things that are wonderful about it, and then the things that are harmful to it. Because I think, as in our culture, we have some wonderful things. Man, Black culture can be so beautiful and just wonderful, but we have things now that are very destructive that are in our so-called culture that need to be dealt with. And that's, for me, I think that's the most important part, because in order for us to get to that point, Lovejoy, where you were saying we need to, if you take one of ours, we're going to take one of yours, and that has to be a united front. And in order for us to get there, we have to deal with our issues. We got family members fighting and shooting each other over who's the greatest basketball player. We're so divided with everything, and whatever the reason behind that is, whoever caused it, we can agree on that. But again, at some point, we have to take whatever that reason is and not make it the excuse to continue doing the same destructive behavior. So my thing is, if we can focus on fixing the destructiveness amongst us, then we can now turn. We can't deal with racism and all that stuff until we deal with ourselves. It's just not going to happen.
I guess my viewpoint is different, James. I think if we're going to start doing this, I think we need to start with economic development.
That's within us, right?
We cannot change a person's mind until we change its environment.
Again, but we are going. But that, in my opinion, that's something that we can deal with. We come up with money for everything else. They raised $250,000 for Carmelo Anthony. They still raising money for Rodney Hinton. But we can't raise money to come up with nice, affordable housing in our neighborhoods ourselves.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
You can do all of that until you change what these young people are consuming, listening to, and watching. Until you change that first. I agree with Mayberry. And we've said this on the show before. What you consume the most is what will come out. Listen to the shit they listening to. The music that they listening to is denigrated. Is denigrated a word? That's chat.
But we can't say look at the music they listen to. Listen to what we listen to. We started this. Gangster rap came on the scene and killed our neighborhoods. Tell me it did. We started this.
Okay. So I'm saying as an adult now, we need to change this. How can this be changed? Because we have seen the effects of this over the last 30, 40 years. We've seen the results of how gangster rap turned into strip culture music, turned into drug,
trap music.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's all it is gone from one extreme to the other. When I say
That's
to the
what
other,
I'm saying.
on the negative end of the spectrum. You see what I'm saying? So what
we have to deal with the culture. We got to deal with the culture.
You have to deal with the culture. You have to flood it with the equal opposite.
But that don't sell.
Right. The problem is money. The problem is money.
That don't sell.
But listen, why is it that they feed this shit to us, but you can turn on the white radio stations and they don't have that on that station? They don't have that on 103.3. They don't have that on 96.5. And I'm just
our culture.
Right. Because Black people are tragic consumers, and because we intake trash music, trash food, trash TV, trash movies, we intake trash because we allow it. Once we stop allowing it, it would dry the money up. But if it does not, but if it continues to pay massa, they're gonna keep.
They're gonna keep pumping it into our communities. They're gonna keep pumping it into our communities. Can we combat it?
The part I think I hate the most is that we have other community of people who are moving into our community, selling their commodity, but still treating us a certain way, like we are animals. Come on, y'all. Why don't we? I think Steve said it a million times. How many times does a dollar pass through our community before it goes out? Versus how many times a dollar goes through a Chinese community before it then goes out.
Right.
And James Ferrer, we can continue to talk about this all day long, but it's almost, and I still have hope. I do. What I'm saying is, I blame the preachers much more than I blame the rappers.
Oh my!
Why?
We about to go into a whole other direction.
I ain't gonna go into it. I'm just saying, from based off my studies and based off theological constructs, if we're gonna blame people, I mean, let's blame the community leaders. We talk about the violent rap and the trap music and all that thing, but what about what Reverend Doodad is preaching in this pulpit every Sunday morning?
Reverend who? Doodad?
Reverend White Shoes.
White Shoes.
What is he saying? What is he saying to us to empower our community? What is he saying?
I don't know. Mine be empowering.
Word. God told me God told me to tell you, according to Psalms 109, to give $109 and you'll get this word. Come on, man. The gimmick got to stop. And they just as words. Oh, let me stop.
Told you.
Right.
Told you.
Right. He was gonna go.
Again,
I think, but it all boils down to y'all the same thing. It's all culture. Whatever is being filtered to us at some point, we have to change the narrative of it. And until that happens, trying to come on a united front to do something, again, we know the money is there. We know we have the money to do it. We just have to do it.
Okay, James, and I'm going after this. Let me ask you a question. How do we change this narrative? Here's a scenario. So, Reverend Anthony Lovejoy starts a church. Right? He goes to borrow $1 million to build said church. Jack up the interest rate because they'll give me $1 million. But I have to make sure that the tithes and offerings go to said bank. Then they take my money from Mother Susan that's giving her last. Right? They're taking my money to loan to not even another church.
Right.
To a corporate account.
Right.
Explain that scenario to me to tell me, how do we as a people fight against those systems? How do we fight against that?
We gather, maintain, and sustain our own economic vitality.
And when we did that, tell me what happened the last
time. I can't be focused on. There's a lot of things that happen. I'm talking
about the law of first reference. That's all I'm talking about. If it happened one time, what makes you think it won't happen again?
So does that mean we sit and do nothing?
You gotta do something. You have to learn from those past mistakes, though. That's why you have to.
Either way, we know the situation is economic, so we can sit back and say, "Hey, man, they blew up Black Wall Street, so we ain't gonna do it again." That's not true. Money doesn't work the same way now. Economically, we do things differently than we did back then. So
watch this. How many of y'all shopping at Target?
I ain't never stopped at Target. I just don't like the store. I ain't never liked that store at all.
We were religious Target shoppers. If you go to a Target now, you don't see a whole lot of us walking in and out of Target no more.
You don't.
You do not see a lot of us walking in and out of Target. You might see a few a handful. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
we've said it on
Right.
this show before, and you have to hit the powers that be where it matters, and
We're
that's in
hurting
their
Target's pockets, but how is that benefiting our community?
Oh,
Okay,
Jay,
go,
you
go,
ain't heard
go.
what's happening to Target right now because the people came together.
They
I
finna fire. They
understand what's
trying to fire
happening to
the
Target, but what I'm
CEO or
saying
something.
is that doesn't mean anything is filtering down to make our community
Let
better.
me tell you what that's doing. That's showing us, and that's showing the generation under us that we have power. What's wrong now is not going to be fixed in a year. It's not going to be fixed in 2 years. It's going to be over a course of time. So
we may not see it.
You have to. You may. We won't see it, or we'll be so damn old. But you have to set the standards
some of
now.
y'all already there.
Shut up. Ain't nobody shut it up.
Some of y'all
Steve,
there.
you quiet, Steve.
You need to shut up.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say, man. I mean, we talked about this, so you know.
Hey,
yeah,
baby,
we've done shows about all
that. Target, baby. When they went on the DEI rollback thing, we left Target alone, buddy. Target won't see my money no more. I'm serious.
He still do. He's saying he still shop at Target.
He's saying he still does, and that's what I'm saying. There are still a handful of blacks that do. You'll never get 100% of, but if we can get them, if we can get 75% of us,
I just ain't never liked that store. I just something about Target. I never been a fan. Store.
All right, y'all. It's been an hour and 30 minutes.
Has it?
I'm sorry.
God, dog. Yeah, Lovejoy, you did it.
I did.
You did it.
No, what we talked about, we needed to say it. You know what I'm saying? This is barbershop conversation. We just talking. That's how I go.
But Lovejoy still did it.
Yeah, I did it. I'll take responsibility. I told you. I was traveling at 125 miles an hour. I had to get it out.
Oh, man.
Information, by the way.
Information.
All right, guys. It's been a great show. We don't want to keep everybody out late.
I don't care. Yes, we do.
You know what it is? I just thought about it.
What?
He's thinking about that Wednesday.
That's all. He's trying to get off the shows. We can go to sleep. Get. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go pack.
Like a kid on Christmas. You go to bed early so you can wake up and it's Christmas. That's what Steve's trying to do. He's trying to go to bed.
Right.
It does go fast, doesn't it, Mike?
Yeah, because this show didn't seem like been no hour and a half.
I ain't even looked at the clock, but yeah, it's 8:35 now. So we started at a little after 7.
All
right, man. Well, okay.
It's been a good show. Thank you, guys. Thank you, people. Like, share.
Hold on. Let me check these shares real quick. Hold on.
Oh, Lord.
Let me check
checking
these
shares.
Make sure these folks then shared the show out.
Oh, my God.
Let's see here.
Share the show, Mayberry. So Mayberry, share the show so Fred won't be in your inbox.
I'm talking about for real.
Everybody put your fours up.
Hold on. No, sir, don't you do that.
I ain't studying him.
Hold on a minute.
Mario was playing the outro music, bro.
I don't care nothing about what Mario doing. Mario was praying and drinking.
No, I was not praying and drinking. I was drinking on Saturday. I was praying on Sunday.
Same thing.
The Lord didn't say we couldn't drink.
Oh, hell no. This thing said we only got 4 shares. How many people been
we have
comment
tonight? Shit.
I didn't invite anybody to show y'all.
Yeah, I didn't invite anybody either. So
me neither. So
hold on, let's see. 16, maybe I'm finna get in all y'all inbox. Hold on a minute.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in a couple weeks.
Boy, you shiftless Negro. Share the live, y'all.
Peace. Hey, Lovejoy. Love you, man.
Love you, man. Have fun on your trip.
Why y'all with this sentimental nonsense today? What the hell wrong with y'all?